And welcome to Spoopie States. And this is my guest, Kate. Sorry, Kate. Okay.
Hi, that's me.
Yeah. This is Kayla. We are going to delve into some smiling friends. But first, tell me about yourself, Kayla. How you doing?
Hi. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Goodness.
this whole Discord situation is getting out of hand. It's like I don't know if you've heard, but they've been trying to do like a two-step authorization thing going, right? To my knowledge. Yeah, I think they want people to do like the ID thing. My computer's just
I mean,
fighting me.
me too, honestly. I have a mic, but it refuses to show up, so sorry if the audio isn't good.
Yeah, no worries. We don't worry about audio too much here, as long as we could like hear you and stuff. You know, it'd be cool if you had like a voice modulator. But I think Discord will automatically do that for you, considering how horribly degenerative it's been becoming. But you know, tell me about your background in animation and art.
Okay, so I mean, I've been drawing as long as I can remember. I had this big book of the whole Far Side collection that I would read like every night when I was 6.
Yeah,
You know, all of that good stuff.
The Far Side.
Yeah, with Gary Larson.
That's kind of a throwback. Oh, you could start drawing, by the way, too. You could do like Mothman, whatever you want. We're just drawing straight to the background.
Cool.
You add as many layers as you want, all the good stuff. So what was it called? To the Dark Side, right?
The Far Side.
The Far Side. Okay, yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
oddly familiar. What was the book primarily entailing? Like, what was the main purpose, or I guess criteria of the book?
So Gary Larson was this cartoonist, like comic guy. Well, not comics, but he would do these strips, and he just did a whole bunch, you know, like weekly, you know, in the paper. And it's just this big compilation of his work.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it's like,
he did.
no, go for it.
Oh, he did something a lot of people recognize as Cow Tools,
Cow tools?
which is, yeah, it's like this
Sounds like
this
farming.
one panel, and yeah, just this mysterious panel with a cow with a bunch of tools that don't make sense.
Sounds like my office, to be honest. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So it starts kind of like an art book, right? And it's
Yeah, mhm.
and it just gets into the thing. Yeah, that's really cool. My favorite artist, I guess, but I mean, like, I'm really bad for like having favorites and then not delving too deep into them. Is H.R. Geiger? I don't know the exact pronunciation, but I know a lot of people are really just like, it's Giger, you know? Like super anal retentive about it.
Yeah, I feel like I recognize that name.
Yeah, he did.
What did he do?
He did like Alien and just the design concept for Alien. But he also, yeah, he also did his own art, which I thought was pretty cool. 'Cause he has like a particular style that I really like, and when it comes down to it, it's been the most unique thing that I've kind of ever seen out there in terms of art in general. I really like his horror aspect, but then he has like a hint of like sexuality in it almost, right? And
Yeah.
and it's just like it reminds me of like a really soft like expression of himself. I believe he was also homosexual, but besides the point, it makes for like a good expression of what is the word I'm looking for? Expression of like a repressed state of mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and wow,
So
yeah, just looking at it, it's gorgeous. I'd love to like a giant poster of that.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah, no, dude, his art books go for like a decent amount of coin, and I'm kind of like, you know, if I had the context to buy any kind of artwork itself, like that would be one of the paintings or something I'd like to delve into. But what from the cow tools, what this made you go into like what made you want to delve into like the art? Did you just decide like, oh, okay, well I want to draw some of these tools and I want to kind of bring 2D into 3D kind of stuff, or like how was your process and like your self discovery?
Well, I mean, for one thing, I love making people laugh. I love drawing. It progressed from there, doing little comics, and one day I realized animators are real people that make things, and I realized I could do that too.
Oh, I love that. I'm on the same boat too, man. So I like when I was young in high school, I used to do these little like flip books, right? And it was funny
Oh yeah.
because I've always done like all of the Newground stuff, and I've always been into like Aaron Hansen with like Ego Raptor, you know, and I love Zach's like really old mini cartoons that he made. Zach Cadell,
Yeah.
Smiling Friends.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course. I
I,
think everyone should have one internet person they kind of stock all of their work, and he's my yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. I think it's between him and like Speedo Sausage. I like how Speedo Sausage just makes everything super flamboyant, you know. But
I
Zach
don't
was
think I've seen that.
Speedo Sausage. I think the guy eventually got into like not sure if like YouTube's gonna constrict this, but like the adult industry with his animations. I would say,
Oh God, I recognize it.
yeah. So like, I think he got into that stuff later, but I think it's only because he wasn't making a living off of like doing the things. Because I know Aaron also got into that stuff too. I remember him speaking about it on like an interview, you know. But it seems to have like this what do you call it? There seems to be like this trend of like artists getting into their work, you know what I mean? And then actually veering off into like a secondary, I guess, study. Well, it wouldn't be a study. It'd be more of like I guess it'd be more of like a job. You know, like when you love doing something and you don't make enough, so you got to kind of like figure out how to do other things.
Yeah, yeah. And you always have to keep changing what you do, or else, it becomes boring and repetitive.
Yeah. So what are some things that you do to keep yourself from burnout?
Um, well, honestly, sometimes just taking a break, watching good movies or shows, you know, crochet, y- just kind of, I'm bad with it still. I just kind of wait until it gets bad, and then I'm like, okay, I need to wait a minute.
I don't blame you. I'm kind of like on the same boat. I feel it's really hard to find like a balance as an artist because there's so many other things that you want to be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the major things that I've discovered in trying to combat burnout is that you don't always know when you're done. So then like you get into it again and then you fall back into the same pattern. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
So
really easy to do that.
yeah. And it definitely is a struggle for like all artists in the industry. And I feel like a lot of companies don't actually take consideration of that aspect into account when they're hiring or when they're looking into like why their projects are slowing down. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, it's because you're hustling these people, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, in the Smiling Friends, what was your first interaction with Smiling Friends? Like, when did you get into the Smiling Friends series? And I know Zach probably has a lot to do with that, right?
Actually, I found out about it in about 2021 first, when I was like, oh, there's a new Adult Swim cartoon. And then from there, I was like, this is so great. Like, who are these people who made this? And then, from there, I got...
No, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, from there, I got really into it, and I just listened to, like, a bunch of podcasts, a bunch of interviews, and I was like, these people, like, I think it's really a gold star cartoon.
It really does have that vibe to it. I love the fact that they kept things a little bit like homemade, and then they mixed the animations up, because I've always wanted to have like a cartoon mix the different styles. You know what I mean?
And I love that they work with different indie people they know.
Yeah, it keeps like a small community. So one thing that a friend had brought up to me was that like, oh, well, that's a type of nepotism. But you think about it, and it's just like, no, it's a type of nepotism, but it's like a strategic nepotism. You know what I mean? And it's not
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's not nepotism to the point where it's a toxic nepotism. It's more of like, hey, these are my buddies. I want to make sure I take care of my loved ones too, and I want to make sure that we're all on the same boat. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
if you're cruising on a ship and you realize that you don't have any real point of connection, what can happen is that like you start to fall and you don't understand where you're falling, you know? Oh, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah. Making those connections is really important.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts when you first saw the original designs of the characters?
The original ones.
Yeah, like just
like the first drafts.
Yeah, first drafts of the characters, because you know how like they start posting stuff on X, and it's just like, wow, this is actually pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I saw those after I'd seen some of the show already. I think it's pretty cool that for most of it, at least the main two, Pim and Charlie, they didn't go through a lot of changes. They were very confident in those designs.
Yeah, and I can see why. Because I feel like it's very iconic to a point in character design where it, even like the flaws draw more character to the actual character itself, right?
Yeah.
And the writing, I feel, is a little second hand, but I also feel like it's perfect for what it is. You know what I mean? So like the writing, like someone could say like, oh, well, it could be better or whatever, but in reality it's like, can it? You know? Like it's perfect for this 15-minute thing, you know? It's not a bad transition from like a lot of these 30-minute, 1-hour series that you see out there, right? So I feel like a lot of people hit it a little too hard when it comes to the writing aspect. You know what I mean? Then again, a lot of people also haven't grown up with Newgrounds, you know?
Honestly, I feel like the sense of humor is... I mean, it's hard to say because I'm an animator and I'm into the art stuff and chronically online BS, but I feel like it's really clever about the way it references things.
Oh yeah.
And the way it's so great. Like, you can just put an episode on, and every time you notice something a little different that makes you smile.
Exactly. So it's like it does what the intended title is doing. You know what I mean? Speaking of title, that was
Yeah, it really does.
yeah, Smiling Friends is just like such a great title. It just rolls off of like the tongue so easy, you know? And I'm like, I don't think I'd be capable of creating a title with such presence, you know?
Yeah, I don't know how people create these titles to their shows that are recognizable in this way. It's really, really fun.
Yeah. So tell me, one moment. I had the thing. Tell me about your first animation.
Oh God.
Because I thought that was really cool.
My first animation.
I mean, the one that you have up on
Ever?
YouTube, is that the one that your first animation? Maybe I should ask that first, right?
Oh goodness, I have a few. I've been posting for a minute. But no, I don't think, no, none of the stuff on YouTube is actually my first animation.
Oh, okay. So that's like portfolio based. Like, hey, this is my good stuff. You know, my shining star.
Yeah, but it's also like, so my YouTube I've been posting since I was about 13.
Yeah.
And so, you can look at a backlog of like very old stuff, and I just keep it up there because I don't know, I like that.
Oh, that's really cool. So what about your first animation then? Would you ever consider wanting to post it up on YouTube?
I mean, I might, but it's hard to say even what my first might have been, because I did them on my Kindle, on a Kindle with my finger.
Well, it's did you use like Krita? What was your first program to delve into that stuff?
Flip-a-clip.
Oh, Flip-a-clip? I love Flip-a-clip.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says about Flip-a-clip. I feel like it just has a very hard comparative advantage to a lot of the industry stuff out there, you know? Because they use stuff like this at Titmouse, right? And
yeah.
And I feel like it's so, I like it, but it's so like primitive, right?
Yes, it's very
like it reminds me of like GIMP when GIMP first came out, you know? But the fact that they made it web-based, I'm just like, okay, I can't hate on it, because it's not like a program to be used for full-on art projects, you know? Like it feels like this is more like storyboard based. I'm trying to remember how Glip looks. Oh no, he just has the one eye. I messed that up. What are your thoughts? I know it's spooky season, so what are your thoughts on like spirituality? Like, what do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in aliens? I know it's spooky season, so you be as open as you want. No one's here to judge.
It's really hard for me to say like definitely, because there are times in my life when I've been like, oh, I really believe this, and then in hindsight I'm like, you were going a little crazy for a minute there.
If it makes you feel better, I've also been very skeptical about it, but then as I age age with a fine tangent, because I don't like to believe that I'm like super old, but I know that periodically that I am very old. But as I age, I'm more open to spiritual experiences, you know? And
Yeah.
I have had my own, and I'm very like, I would say I'm more of like a spiritual person now that I delve into it, you know? So like, don't, you can get into like, have you ever had like a ghost experience?
I have had it. Yeah, I think I have.
Okay, tell me about it.
Well, when I was little, I used to get. I'm not sure if it is sleep paralysis. It's hard for me to consider it because it felt so real.
Yeah.
But like, I have a very distinctive memory of being about 13, or yeah, probably. So I was a little older. But I remember I fell asleep on our couch downstairs, and my parents just left me to sleep there. And I woke up at about 3 a.m. and I saw, like, down the hall this shadowy figure, like, leaning out the door and then pulling back in and out and back in. Like,
so like it was like almost
it was,
like a taunting kind of like apparition.
yeah, sort of. And I remember just feeling so horrified because I was just like, I didn't know what to do,
Yeah. Yeah. Sleep paralysis is never fun. I've had it in the past too when I was younger, so I totally get it. And it's just hard to I should probably drop this down on the layer. It's hard to comprehend what's actually going on with you. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
to experience that and then have to wonder what your reality is capable of after that, I feel like it's just like a very impacting experience, you know? So have you ever gotten into like dark art because of the experience?
I actually, not dark arts necessarily, but for a while I was like very into Wicca.
Yeah.
But it was during a really intense grief period of my life.
Yeah.
And it was 2020, so everyone was very secluded. And I feel like it made me much more paranoid and very distressed. So I've kind of avoided it since then.
So it's been like a trauma factor, kind of taking into your psyche almost, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So I mean, further into the story, like, so what were your thoughts when you had been experiencing this sleep paralysis? Like, I know there's a lot of fear that happens with it, but were you thinking of like what were like for me when I first had sleep paralysis, like there's the act to want to like call out for someone like that you care about that's in the vicinity, you know? Like for me, I would call for my mom, and you can't say anything, so it's terrifying, right?
Yeah, and the reason I have a hard time calling situations like that happened to me sleep paralysis is because I felt at the time I was fully capable of moving and of saying something, but I was too afraid to because whatever presence or thing I was seeing, I felt like would, I don't know, move around or change position or something or other if I did move.
Oh, so like it would find you and it would like, because it didn't know where you were almost?
No, it like, and it's been a hot minute since it's happened, so it's hard to recall, but I feel like it was more like it saw me and it was just waiting. Like it was playing with me.
Oh. Did your apparition by any chance have like glowing red eyes or anything like that?
No, not that I can recall. It was just this whole spindly shadow. And I saw other things before, in different circumstances.
Yeah.
You know, one time I saw like a teenage boy without a face or an arm in a basketball uniform.
That's so random. I've always gotten like demons.
Yeah.
I feel like not to invalidate or anything like that, but I always feel like a lot of people get lucky with like the a lot of the more normal stuff. Because my sleep paralysis experiences have always been these weird like Yankee's like the wrong word, but like rinky dinky like ghost looking things or like spirits and shadows, not like traditionally to the point where it's like how do you say it, it's not traditional to the point where it's like a demon sitting on your chest or anything, right? But it would be like something similar to that, or the audible stuff that you experience is like more what's the word I'm looking for? It's more like intense as like an immersion, right? Instead of being very what's the other word I'm looking for? Instead of being like very visual and like not to say that it's any more or less, but like that something can be out there and like possibly happen to you. So it's just like I feel like it almost feels like your soul's just being ripped out of your body, you know?
Oh yeah, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not like Christian or anything like that, and I don't have very many I don't have hatred or anything like that for people that follow the religion, because I believe that like anyone could be I believe that anyone should be able to believe what they want to believe as long as they're happy and not interfering in other people's life, you know?
Yeah.
So it just feels like there are like odd ties to manifesting something into existence, and the more power you give to something to manifest, like therefore it shall be kind of thing, you know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and I believe that is manifestation. You know, it has you know, it helps. It really does, and it helps motivate you as well.
exactly. So Mothman, when were you introduced to Mothman?
Oh goodness.
Don't worry, you can
I
go
think
back in deep delve.
Mothman. Okay, I'd probably say the first time I ever saw anything about Mothman and most cryptids was through like some sort of a like a shitty reenactment show about like paranormal experiences or history or something.
Yeah.
And from there, you know, you hear about, oh, they have this big statue of him, and it has a giant butt, and I find that really whimsical.
Oh yeah. There's something about big butts on cryptids where it's just like it connects you. It makes it more of like a personal experience. You know what I mean? It's just like, man, there's really something out there to connect to.
Relate to that.
Yeah. This is like, this is me.
Oh, he feels like me.
Yeah. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, and then I have like this really kind of stupid cartoony drawing I did of Mothman a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That I put in my portfolio because it was when I first started being like, yeah, I can draw stupid things that I like and it's valid.
Yeah. I love that. It's you're able to just doodle, right? And you doodle your world into existence. That's one thing I wish I should do. Not wish. I should be doing more is making doodle books. You know, so I see so many people that are artists and they have like their doodle books, and I'm just like, I've been so immersed in digital stuff that all my doodle books are just like neglected. You know.
Yeah, I personally I keep a little sketchbook on me, and I stopped trying to make it look aesthetic. I just take notes in it and then draw like a stupid goblin.
So it's like pastime homework stuff, kind of. I used to do that in my Spanish class too. I took the easy route in college, so like when I was learning, I never really took it too seriously. But anytime a situation popped up where it's just like, okay, well now you have to kind of like at least act serious, you know? I would take my notebook with me, and a lot of the times it would be hard to concentrate. So when it came to listening and putting in like actual like effort and stuff like that, having the ADHD brain that I have, I would just kind of like start drawing little stupid things off on the side and like take notes periodically. So when the teacher would come around, I'm just like, no, there's nothing. Don't worry about it, you know?
Yeah.
So, Mothman. So you got into it. Obviously, it had its calling to you. And like, when did you do your research? How did you do your research? Were you just like, I got to look into this online and then just like delve?
Yeah, it's really just been looking into it a bit online. Honestly, I enjoy the aesthetics. I think it's fun. I see why people think that he was an owl.
I thought that was interesting too. Like, what kind of owls are that big? And I've never seen an owl with like glowing red eyes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so people will be like, we think it was an owl with, and the light was reflecting on its eyes. And I think I actually recently saw a video of someone driving up on an owl at night, and really, it does look like a mysterious UFO creature thing.
Have you ever seen them bald?
No, but I've seen that picture of baby owls, like they lie down flat because they can't lift their heads.
It's so crazy too, because how when they look hairless, they just look like these little like demon things.
I mean, like all babies.
That's true. No comment. I agree on that one. Yeah. You ever have like a friend of yours like that has children just like come up to you and they're just like, hey, check my child out, and I'm just kind of like, that's kind of weird, you know, but like I guess I do it with my dogs too, so can't
No, honestly, I don't have any friends that have kids yet.
Oh, okay. I mean, what about like relatives?
I mean, like
aunties, sisters.
Honestly, I'm not super close with a lot of relatives who have babies.
So you keep babies away from the radar, the chill radar, huh?
Yeah. No babies within 40 feet of me. I get aggressive. I get scared.
Just start mutating into like a werewolf. Be like.
Yeah. Honestly, I like. Children aren't terrible, but I swear, if I was on a plane and there was like a screaming kid, I would turn around and say, if you do that again, I'm the scariest witch to ever live. I will I will destroy your family.
Speaking of, have you seen that movie, The Witch? I think it's like an
the one by Robert Eggers.
Yeah, I think it's just like an A24 film too, right? So they always got to add like some weird shit at the end.
Oh yeah, there's always a crazy naked old person. Always.
Yeah, always. It's just like, I feel like when they go through their development stuff, they're always just like, so what do we need for this next film? And they come up with some really good ideas, right? And then they're just like, hey, but we got to add a twist to this. What's the twist? And they're just like, hey, let's just have some old guy with his balls out at the end of the movie, and he's doing some weird shit. Oh yeah, you're onto something. You're onto something. What should he be doing? Eating a baby?
Rolling around.
Yeah, rolling around and
eating a baby.
Eating a baby. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Throw that shit in there. And it's just like, okay, well, that's how every film was. But then have you also seen Death of a Unicorn?
I have not seen Death of a Unicorn. Is that another Robert Eggers film?
It may be. I think they were going for the stance of what's the word? They were going for horror comedy, and watching it, all I gotta say is that I feel like they just missed a few things. You know, I don't want to ruin it because I'd want you to watch it and have your own take on it. But there was some parts where I was just like, why would you do that? You know? And it does kind of leave you like with a typical A24 film, like that recent movie. What was it? It was Heretic. You know, like at the end, you're just kind of like, oh, what the fuck, right? But this time,
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that one yet. Honestly, you kind of, is it interesting? Have you seen it? Is it interesting?
I think it's fairly interesting how they get into it. It has a lot of psychological horror aspects to the movie. So I have no comment on like how well it's put together, you know, but I do feel like it is one of those mentionable films. You know what I mean? Like it's something to have mentioned to.
Okay, because I remember seeing like advertisements for that, and I was like, I'm not sure. I feel like this could be a very hit or miss thing.
It's kind of worth it. I would put the, what is it, like 2 hours, right? Every movie's like 2 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of movies that just put too much time? Or do you like longer movies or shorter movies?
It really depends on how the pacing goes, because for some movies that are longer, I won't watch a really long movie if like halfway through I'm like, I feel like I'm being crushed by a boulder, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Beau is Afraid, I enjoyed that. And that's like 3 hours long.
That's an intimidating movie right there too. Like I look at 3 hours and I'm just kind of like, this is a long time. I'm gonna need some snacks. I need to get like my A game going, you know?
Yeah. You have to scoop some pre-workout, you know?
Yeah. You gotta get everything ready. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, I can't just sit down for 3 hours. You know, I can barely sit down for like 20 minutes. Yet alone go to a theater and not fidget around in the seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that being said, we are coming to a good 40 minutes now. Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience? I'd like to tell them to go and watch your channel. Oh, damn, I just closed the window. What was your channel again? It was something...
It is Highly Irreverent Animations.
Yes.
And let me look at it real quick because Highly Irreverent Animations.
Subscribe. Go and subscribe. Before it's too late. She's going to change it. Go and look at the things that she doesn't want you to look at. Hurry! Go!
Careful before I nuke it off the face of the earth. You'll never see me again.
Just explode into the stars.
Yeah. You guys see that mushroom cloud in the distance?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
me.
Yeah, she takes credit for all of that. Well, thank you for being a guest. And if you guys want to join any of the before and after conversations, be sure to join the Lude Crew Discord in the link. And until next time, my fellow Ludists,